their first matchup against the Bengals. Can Cincinnati get revenge? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers for Mixon last week: 13 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll get this ball just shy of the 45-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for the Cincinnati score. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a fight for the end zone.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Play action. It's Jackson. Out to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Jackson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now Jackson on first down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for two. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for two, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and I hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Burrow. And that's incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. A tight one. 8-7 our score after one on EA Sports. 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So they'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second down and goal. Jackson steps away. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion. The first time they failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, it felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule. differential at 14 points.
The Bengals drive about to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
On first down, Mixon. And some room to roam now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Jackson. And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 77 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We won. Here we go. Ready? 11 empty.
First down, here's Burrow. And he's got his man on the out route. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively. It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast. No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational? It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively? I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense? And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Burrow will throw. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
On 2nd and goal. Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. An extra point by Sly is up and good, and that trims the lead down to 9. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They go play action with Jackson, rolling to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, here's a shot for the end zone right away, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Third and goal, Jackson being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. They'll try and throw for it. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now they try the right side here. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember earlier in the year, with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. They go play action now. Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line.
First down, Ravens.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. Making the catch, this is the tight end, Oliver. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's on.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is that. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Great job, man.
Henry Ruggs with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up! Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching half play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back now in Cincinnati. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Looking middle, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3. 16 yards.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw here. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his...
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase there to make the grab. First decision to go for. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be about a yard or two short of the first here. He needed the 35 but didn't make it. Here we go on 4th down. They find some open field here. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown.
Let's go, come on.
A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Jackson. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here.
Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. It's caught on the right side at Smith. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A 3-yard gain brings up 2nd and 7.
Burrow looking to pass. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 26. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Going for it all. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And in this day and age, I would love to play quarterback in the NFL. Wide open offenses, acrobatic receivers. If you're accurate, you're going to have days like this.
An extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Still 1st down.
a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. That one looks like he'll throw here. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now Jackson will look to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that